What's up, good people? Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. Today, I decided to go to the grocery store and just get an early start on my hurricane preparedness. I feel like a great tip for those of you on a budget is to, instead of, going all at once, to get all your hurricane supplies and all your emergency food right before hurricane season. I feel like it's best if you start early. That way, if you have a little bit extra in your budget, instead of just buying, random stuff or extra snacks and stuff, you can take that extra bit of money that you might have in your grocery budget and use that to buy like cans, noodles, any type of emergency situation type food or supplies. And that way, when it actually comes time for hurricane season, you don't have to worry about, having to find money for one big trip to the store to get a whole bunch of stuff because you've already been slowly accumulating those items. Okay, so like I mentioned, I did not get a whole bunch of stuff. I only got what I was able to get with the leftover money in my grocery budget this week. So first, let's start over here. The main thing people always get right before a hurricane comes, people tend to snag it up super fast, is peanut butter. So I got this big thing of peanut butter and it's not going to expire until February 2022, February 3rd, 2022. So this will last throughout the end of hurricane season. The next thing I got was a thing of summer sausage. Now the good thing about summer sausage is it gives you like a meat and protein source, but it doesn't have to be refrigerated until after you open it. And this will last until January 2022. And if during the storm you happen to have power or a heat source for cooking, you can fry this on a pan. But if you don't have power, you can just eat it right out the package. The next thing that usually goes pretty quickly as soon as they announce that a hurricane coming is your canned meats. So I went ahead and got some canned chicken breasts. This is really good for when you're in a situation without power because you can make it with pretty much anything and it's already fully cooked. So if you do, of course, have heat, you can warm it up. If you don't have to warm it up. So this is a really good thing to pick up. Also tuna, of course, can't go wrong with tuna. The next thing I got was an extra can of Alfredo sauce and tomato sauce. And this is for my pasta. I didn't get any pasta because I'm usually pretty well stocked up on my pastas, but I definitely needed to get some extra sauces. And this says it expires in 2022 and this one in 2023. Next, we have the canned goods. So evaporated milk is really good if you're in a situation where your milk spoils or goes bad. You can mix this 1 part of evaporated milk to 1 part water, and you have milk that you can use for your cereal or to cook with, make bread with. It's very versatile, and probably in the future I will slowly get a few more of these because this can really come in handy. I also got these yams. This is just something that maybe I can put, like, for instance, with this chicken, if I'm in a situation where we don't have power, and I can feel like I'm actually, eating a good meal. These are this Amy's Organic Soups is my favorite brand of soup. So I got 2 cans of those, and 2 people can actually split 1 can. And again, if you have a heat source, you can heat it up, but if you don't have a heat source, it does not have to be heated up. Same thing with these green beans. I got 2 cans of these because, green beans can pretty much go with anything. And these do not have the little pop label that some of the cans do. So I already have a can opener, a manual can opener. So make sure that you have a can opener. If you have an electric one, make sure that you have a spare one that is manual in case your power does go out. I also got the good old faithful ramen noodles, and we all know these last. And the box says that these do not expire until April 2022, so this will last well past hurricane season. Okay, next I got 2 packages of these Ritz crackers. My fiance really likes the peanut butter ones and I really like the cheese ones. So again, this is like a really good snack just to have. These do say that they expire in October, so I have to be sure that towards the end of hurricane season, I go ahead and eat these because I do not want them to go bad. I also got these for like breakfast or just for a snack. These expire in November of this year. So again, that's towards the end of hurricane season. So as hurricane season comes to an end, if we have not eaten this, I definitely have to make sure that we do eat it because this will not last through the end of the year. Next, I got these cherry mixed fruits, and I really don't like canned fruits. I don't like fruit in a can. I really don't even like these, but I can tolerate them more so than like canned fruit. So I got a 12 pack of these, and these expire September 2022. And then I also got some charcoal and lighter fluid. So I got this for like super extreme circumstances. We actually have a gas stove, but in case the gas does go out, I got this. And even though we don't have a grill, we still have access to a grill. So a tip for you guys that might live in apartments or communities where you have access to like a grill or you have access to a park that has a grill, go ahead and get the charcoal and lighter fluid just in case you want to put some meat on the grill or something before it goes bad. Okay, last but certainly not least is water. And FEMA recommends that you have a gallon of water per person per day for, I think it's 3 days, but I rather be on the safe side and I usually go with 7 days. I already have a bunch of water, but I just got an extra one just because I have space for it. And then I also got these 2 jugs of distilled water. So I got it just in case something might come up where I just need a jug of water for non-drinking purposes. And even if I don't, I can still drink this water. The things that you definitely want to make sure you have in stock is oatmeal. You definitely want to have cereal in stock. Flour for sure if you want to bake bread, because bread is another item that typically gets cleared out of the stores when a hurricane is coming. You also want to have sugar. I actually bake a lot of bread, so I keep like a big thing of active dry yeast in my refrigerator. I also keep plenty of pastas, plenty of rice and beans. This is actually not all my rice and beans. I actually have some more up there in back stock. And you also, during hurricane season, want to make sure you have a good amount of paper products. I don't normally use paper products, but I keep them in case there's a situation where the power goes out or I'm not able to wash my dishes if we have a boil water notice. Another item you want to make sure you have in stock is lighters. Lighters and then also matches is something that I need to stock up on. You can use lighters to cook with, to use for candles, a number of purposes. They will definitely come in handy. Another item you want to make sure you have in stock is candles. Now you can have your good candles on hand, but you also want to have these type of candles. These are like the candles that you see like for praying and for blessings, but Dollar Tree sells these without the prayer and blessing attached to it. So if you want candles that will last a super long time, I suggest you go to Dollar Tree and get these candles. They have no scent and they're perfect for if the power goes out. Now is also a great time to stock up on batteries, all different sizes of batteries, because you never know what you'll need. These batteries in particular work for your radio, at least for my radio. For when the power goes out, I can still use this type of battery, put it inside my radio, and I don't have to worry about not having electricity. You also want to have a good first aid kit and emergency kit. I keep this first aid kit that just has some of your basics. I also try to stay stocked up on hydrogen peroxide and alcohol. I also keep some extra first aid in here, and this is for basically my cooling packs, heating pads, stuff that is more like dire circumstances. And this is like my little box that I keep strictly different types of masks and gloves. Another thing that will come in handy is entertainment. You definitely don't want to be without power, stuck in the house, and bored. Board games come in handy and are great, but you also want to have some puzzles that you can do for yourself if you have people that might not want to play with you or whatever. So I get these from Dollar Tree, and you have your crossword puzzle, you have your Sudoku, and I really don't even know what this is. I just picked it up, but I'm sure in the event of an emergency situation and I'm really bored, I'm sure I can figure it out. Just have a few puzzles that you can work on for yourself in case the people in your household don't want to be bothered. It's also a great idea to have some wine or your drink of choice just to make the time a little bit more entertaining. You also want to have an evacuation plan in place. Discuss with your family in the event of, say, a category 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 hurricane. Are you going to stay at home and just ride the hurricane out? Or are you going to go to travel out of town to a friend or family member's home? And at what point are you going to travel? Is it going to be a day in advance, a week in advance? And what category storm will it take for you to leave your house? This is something you definitely want to talk to your family about and just set up a little plan so you can just know ahead of time. And if you want to, in the event of a storm, change the plan, that's fine. Just have some sort of plan in place. And you also want to know what direction and what interstate is the best for you to take, and then also have a backup route in case, for instance, the interstate that you originally wanted to use is somehow blocked, or if it's heavy traffic. Always think of a backup route that you may have to take if the situation gets that bad. Another thing is gas. I know it's hard for some of us that might live in an apartment or whatever to store gasoline. So if you cannot store gasoline, be sure to try to keep your car always at least half full or more during hurricane season. And if you know a storm is coming, then definitely fill your tank as early as possible. Last but not least, keep your family and friends included in your emergency planning. Don't just, if you have especially elderly people that need somebody to take care of them, definitely don't just leave them hanging. Do what you can to help those people. If, of course, you're not risking your life doing so, definitely try to reach out to friends and family members that are more vulnerable and need your assistance, whether that be just a phone call or just drive by their house and just make sure that they're okay. So that concludes this video. Nothing special, no special information that you probably haven't heard already. Make sure you go to your local emergency agency website and see what they suggest that you do. But the gist of this video is that you need to start preparing now because you definitely don't want to wait until last minute and be going crazy. So, if there's something that I forgot that you think may help me or somebody else get through hurricane season, please drop that below and we can talk about it. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Peace.